family, thanks for watching. So today's episode is journal entry number 103. It's less than 2 weeks after I did my last inspection, which comically I haven't yet finished editing. Apiary wise, at the moment we've got 3 hives and 2 nukes. There seems to be activity coming out of every single one of them, so I'm kind of excited especially to check out the nukes to see how they're doing, as well as to have a look at Purple Hive. Purple Hive had a weird laying pattern last time, so that will be a goal. And then just make sure yellow and green aren't getting ready to swarm in the near future. Weather-wise, it's definitely starting to get warmer more consistently. So if the girls are going to swarm, this is the time. Now Blue Hive, or Blue Nuke, had the most progressed queen cups in it. Its queen is probably just a little bit more established than the other nuke will be. And I definitely already see some queen cups that look like they've been chewed through. Ooh, and I think I see the queen on that frame right there. Let's see if I can capture her to come up. She's on the frame right about there. I don't really want to disturb her. So, oh shoot, she kind of went down and hid. I don't know if she's already had a chance to do her mating flight and she's a mated or unmated queen. And after last week's mistake of having the queen fly off on me, I'm going to wait another week at least, because if she's unmated and I pull her out and she flies away, it will have been a lot of effort for nothing. This is very much still a young hive. There's only really 4 frames that are being used. And they've started to build out the last one here. They are very much crowded in here. So maybe not today, but for sure next week, I'm gonna put them in another box. Irregularities? None. It's looking perfectly healthy. So I think we might be having a 4th hive in here in the very near future. Okay, so now we're gonna have a quick look at Yellow Top Nuke. Okay, it is definitely smaller than the others. The frames that I put in here, the queen cups had not yet been fully formed, so I could be premature in looking at this. We shall see. There is 1 capped queen cup here, and this hive is already getting agitated, so I'm not even going to go any further. So this hive is probably queenless. It looks like all of the brood has hatched from what little I saw, so they are working with what they've got in the current population. There are still capped queen cups. Irregularities, I think, is the fact that it hasn't fully finished its process of queening itself. Purple Hive was condensed to 1 brood box last time because it was laying a really awkward laying pattern, and I wanted to make sure that that was an issue of what had been going on previously because it was queenless, and not because of the current queen that I had just seen in the last inspection. Ooh, I already see eggs. I already see larvae of all stages. I see bee bread. So there is a queen in here. I don't necessarily see a healthy laying pattern yet. I see plenty of eggs. I see plenty of larvae of all stages. All of these eggs in here are super young, but this looks much healthier. There still is quite a lot of drones in this hive, but I think that'll get resolved in the next couple months. As far as temperament, oh, hive beetle, gotta get those things. As far as temperament goes, the hive is super docile. Population, I would say, has stabilized and is about medium. Still lower than what it was a couple months ago, but it's a healthy size now. As far as equipment goes, I am not going to give her another brood box just yet because I still want her to correct the frames that are in here. It looks like she's only been laying for maybe a week. I am, however, leaving the 2 supers on because if for any reason I don't have time to do an inspection in the near future, like in the next 2 weeks, they'll at least have plenty of space still to work with. Irregularities, none really. Obviously, I'll still want to keep an eye on, as I mentioned before, that laying pattern. Okay, Yellow Hive. Let's have a quick look. Hey, from just a passing glance on this little window here, I see bees on the flow hive. So that in itself is an accomplishment. It still doesn't look like they are putting any honey in here. Maybe they just want to prep the area first. Usually I don't bother, ooh, it's a mosquito. I don't bother with a inspection of the supers other than just to tell if there's capped honey or not and if it's ready to be taken away. But this is our flow hive that we've been struggling with for a few years now. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the girls are yet putting honey in it. Just keep holding on and see if it's just still too early for that. This hive is full. Oh, that nicely drawn out comb with honey in it. It's not capped. Oh, some of it's capped. Ooh, there's a new queen in here. I just found her. And she's not marked. And she's bigger than the last one too. So we're gonna mark her. Temperament. This hive's temperament is not a good one.
The temperament of yellow hive sucks. I got stung a whole bunch of times. I accidentally knocked my camera over and didn't capture the rest of the inspection. So I stopped looking for the queen, closed it up, and moved on. The yellow hive is showing signs that it's getting robbed quite frequently. So maybe I need to buy myself like a robber screen for yellow hive in the near future. I didn't really get to do a full green hive inspection because right out the gate early doors when I was pulling frames out and yellow hive was already quite pissy. It had already stung me multiple times. Then I went and broke a frame in green hive and I was getting a bit agitated, so I figured it was best not to continue much further. I simply just removed the broken frame out of green hive and replaced it with a new one and went ahead and closed green hive up. We currently have 5 hives, including the 2 nukes. Apiary is looking good. I'm really happy with the progress of purple. I'm concerned about the progress of yellow. Green, I think, is just going to be perfectly fine. The blue top nuke will need a box in the near future, so that may become new orange. The yellow top nuke we'll need to keep an eye on to make sure that it requeens itself. But yeah, everything looks great. So if you've watched it to this far, thank you so much for watching. I am going to let the bees calm down a little bit before I go back and collect all my equipment and pull away all my stuff. Bye. Thanks for watching.